about playing something? How about playing something a little more down home that the folks know? How about Georgia, something like that, and play it. Yeah, give us a lot of melody for about a minute, and then improvise a little, huh?
All right.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay. I'll do it with a triplet feel.
I think Chet was just absolutely floored when he heard Lenny, because he could hear himself. He could hear Lenny playing licks, he says, better than he could play them himself. And Lenny was so young.
A lot of kids that started out playing, listening to my records. That may sound a little immodest, but it's the truth. But I knew eventually someone would come along that had modern ideas and everything. Some young kid like Lenny who would really amaze the music world. And I think Lenny has done it. I think his biggest audience will be guitar players for a while, because that's the way all great artists start. It kind of tends to be an underground sort of thing. I admire people like that so much when I run across somebody that's so creative, and he's a very creative person, and so I dig him. I dig anybody that's creative. Hey, how are you? I've never met you, have I?
Come on in.
I need to get composed.
Okay.
I can't talk about Lenny.
Okay.
And I may not be able to at all. I didn't know I was going to see somebody that looked so much like him. But he was like my son, my brother.
Meeting Chet was a great privilege. Yeah. Chet Atkins was like a surrogate father to Lenny. He really loved him. It went far beyond just two great guitar players appreciating each other. He really knew him and really went out on a limb for him quite a few times.
Lenny was one of those guys that he was a genius at what he did, but that's all he could do, you know. Through life, we run into people who are geniuses in what they do, and they learn to play guitar or whatever very, very well, but can't do anything else. And Lenny was one of those people. He could not take care of himself, and we all knew it.
Lenny was very spiritual. He was a believer. He was always talking about God all the time. And he'd always say that God had given him that gift that he had. And I used to tell him, Lenny, you know, if you abuse of that gift, you might lose it.
I think Lenny's tastes were different from mine. He started out liking what I do, and then he got into Bill Evans and all these other great jazz players, and that's not commercial, you know. You can't sell records playing that stuff unless you make a record with a Rolling Stone or somebody, and he never tried to go in any other direction.
It doesn't matter whether a lot of people recognize him or a few people recognize him.
decided that he might need an extra string, so he had a special guitar built. 7-string guitar. so we could have, now we have more flexibility. I mean, this guy, just a complete genius.
Yeah, that's good. That was it, Lenny. You didn't know we were.
I mean, was that the real thing?
That was it.
Was it?
With your talking. He started getting high, you know, as we came to town. I said, man, what happened? He said, well, I'm a druggie, you know. Said, first thing you do is you go to people's house, you go through their medicine cabinet. And he said, I went through their medicine cabinet and saw some Valium there, and said, I took 6 of them. I don't know what strength they were.
Want to do something a little like
Yeah.
He took a whole bottle of water pills, Aquavax. I'll never forget it. And he was staying here and was telling his mother, gee, Mama, he said, I think I have a kidney infection. And she says, why? He says, I keep peeing blue and I'm going to the bathroom over and over again. And I looked in my cupboard and I said to Betty, he doesn't have a kidney infection. He took all my water pills.
Everybody's house that I'd taken him to. Ted Green's grandmother's pill bottles.
She used to have a lot of medicine.
I was talking to Anne Mary once. I said, didn't Lenny used to work for you? And she said, yes. See, you got my whole damn band on drugs. He was such a great musician, you overlook everything and just see how great he was and what he could be. And that's where I sit.